Hey Madison, my name is Gabriel Nadales. I am a regional field coordinator for the Leadership Institute. The Leadership Institute trains conservative students to be effective on college campuses, and we train them to be effective leaders on the public policy process. So I'm just going to go through your questions real quick. I went to school at Citrus College in Southern California. I studied political science, and I never had any internships, but I did have a lot of campaign experience. I volunteered in several campaigns in Southern California, a couple congressional, one gubernatorial, and then I started working for the Leadership Institute after 2 years of just volunteering. So, how did you come to choose this career? Well, I was really passionate about politics when I was in high school and then in college. I really wanted to make a difference, so I thought that joining the political process was going to help me do that. So what inspired you to choose this career? Again, I really wanted to make a difference. Sometimes I see people who are in need and they're beholden to the government, and I want to make sure to show people that they can do things by their own without government's help and intervention. My first job was definitely not in politics. It was thanks to my dad. I started working with him at a factory. But my first political job was because somebody from the Leadership Institute reached out to me and they asked me if I wanted to apply. You know, they thought I was a good activist, so I just went ahead and applied, and I've been working for LI for the last 4 years. I was not raised in a political family. My dad definitely, we talked a little bit about politics, but no, definitely not a political family. And I've been interested in politics basically since like 9th grade, so it's been about 10 years now. So what does my job entail? My job is to go to college campuses and help conservative students who are experiencing liberal bias on campuses. I also do some public speaking, and I help, I just did a speech yesterday, for example, at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and I just talked to people about the importance of dialogue over violence. Okay, what's the atmosphere like in your office? It's very relaxed. There's a lot of, everything's always moving, but sometimes no one's in the office because we're always traveling to different college campuses to talk to students, to meet with them, to make sure that they're doing well. But sometimes it could be very hectic, but very busy or very quiet. It really depends what time of year you're there. Memorable moments, it's quite a few. I think the most memorable moments is when I received a thank you box from this student of mine. I helped her with her administration. They wanted to kick her off campus because of something she allegedly said, but it was just, there was no proof that she had ever said it, and she'd never said it. And I helped her out with that, and then she sent me a goodie box, which was really nice of her. I think that's pretty memorable. The favorite part of the job is that I get to travel so much and I get to meet with all of these people all around the country, but my least favorite part of the job is that I travel a lot. It's a lot of traveling, and you kind of have to get used to it though, kind of push through it, and it's pretty fun though. Has anything surprised you? I think it surprises me how many people from different backgrounds you'll meet who are conservative and at the same time who are liberal. A lot of students who are just kind of, anyone can really believe a lot of different things. I find that pretty interesting. What my background has helped me most with my job, I think the fact that I've always been taught, I guess, to always be a hard worker, so I think that's definitely helped me a lot, because working in politics, it takes a lot of long hours, and it's hard, but I mean, you just gotta push through it sometimes. What excites me about my job is that I get to be on, I get to speak to a lot of college students and hear their stories. It's very interesting to hear all of the stories that a lot of students have, so that's cool. And have you met anyone to... Yeah, there's this guy named Adam Weinberg. He used to have the same job that I did, and I definitely look up to him. I put him as a role model, that of somebody that I want to be like. He always wanted to help people and wanted to help anybody. It doesn't matter what you believe, just as long as you needed help combating bias, then he would help you out. Now, relating it back to young people, if you want to get involved, sometimes you have to put in the work in the beginning. Politics, a lot of people think you're going to be working with policy, and a lot of people do work with policy, but in order to get into a place where you can talk policy, sometimes you have to do the ground game, and you have to work with in the political field before you can get to the policy section. So a lot of the jobs starting in is politics before you can really get into policy. And I really wish I would have known this when I started, but at the same time, because I wanted to go into policy, but at the same time, I'm really glad that I got into politics because I really enjoy my job and I like talking to people. The first step that I think you guys should take is to just get involved. I mean, there's a lot of great local chapters at high schools, and like Young Americans for Liberty, Young Americans for Freedom, Turning Point USA. They're typically more college-age organizations, but they also have high school student organizations. So get involved with those. A lot of them are great. They offer a lot of resources, and they can help you build connections to take the next step once you're in college or once you graduate from college.
And what's the last name, sir? Howard, first name? Sean. Sean Howard, are you going to Phoenix? Phoenix. Yeah.
How would you describe someone perfect for this career? I would say that someone perfect for this career would be somebody who's very a self-starter. Someone who can, who wants to go out and go the extra mile to do the job. Because a lot of times, if you're trying to phone it in, like 9 to 5, you're not going to be very successful in politics, because politics is a 24/7 job. So you kind of have to be very self-driven. I think the most important qualities to the position are somebody who is very much, again, I think a self-starter, but at the same time somebody who can be very pleasant to work with, because in politics it's all about personality, and if you are not a likable person, people won't want to work with you. Well, Madison, I hope that was helpful to you, and yeah, hopefully it's helpful to you, and good luck with your project.